Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. Well, things are really getting better for us because today we're gonna load another batch of fish right there at the mud pan. Well, last week we already have made an initial loading. We loaded some 3,000 fingerlings of this goldfish of different types. We have the calico, we have the moorfish, we have the oranda, and also we have the rancho. And these were already loaded at the mud pan. That is why I said that things are really getting better because as the years go by, we were able to expand our breeding of this goldfish, this Japanese koi, these chickens, these rabbits, and even this bantam chicken. So this is my encouragement to you guys that if you really would like to become prosperous in life, we have to persevere. Well, many of you are the witnesses how I started this farming. Many of you have witnessed also how we started the breeding of this several types of fish. We started only with the box pan, we started with using the tarp, we slowly accomplished our task with the dream of having a big mud pan and concrete tanks right here in the house. So that was my dream 20 years ago, and I slowly made an effort to really make these things come to pass. And now I can say that we already have established a good system, a self-sufficient system for our business. Our business is actually operating this aquatic shops and, well, the pet shop. And this is the reason why I am so encouraged to produce my own products, my own goldfish, my own rabbits, and my own chickens. I am telling you as my way of encouraging you to do all the things that you wanted. Just pray and ask for guidance, and that dream will really happen. So now we are going to load another batch of fish, and they are here. These are the evidence of what I am talking about. So we will catch some 3,000 pieces of goldfish again, and then we will load that to the mud pan, and we will wait for another 2 months, and that's the time that we're gonna harvest. I am pretty sure that this goldfish will really become big and become, saleable in the market. My dream is to become a supplier of goldfish right here in our community to other places, even abroad. That's my dream, and I am going to work on that, and that's gonna be an ambitious thing to do, but I keep the faith in my heart that we can do this. With your support, guys, I can do this, we can do this, and we will learn this together. So come on, let's witness how we're gonna catch all this fish. So these are the 1 month old of the calicos, the lion head, and the orandas. We are so glad to have bred this kind of fish, and maybe you are interested how to breed this one. Well, we already have so many videos about breeding goldfish. There are tips we are revealing in our previous videos about how to effectively and massively produce this kind of fish. We always said that When doing the harvest, we always do that in early in the morning because the temperature is still very low, meaning it is not yet warm, and this is a good temperature for us to do the harvest. And you look at this one, guys, they are so healthy. And maybe you are thinking about the food that we are giving. Well, we are giving live food. I always mention that this live food can effectively grow our fish very rapidly. If you don't have the live food, well, I already have videos also on how to culture dapnya, and you can follow that, and that method was so effective. If you are really interested in this kind of business, I already have so many tutorials about the breeding, the caring, the rearing of this goldfish, and you too can be successful the same as I did. I was told that this batch of fish will reach around 3,000 pieces or 3,000 heads. The process is that we are going to get this from the big tank. We will transfer this to this basin with new water, of course. This is very important. We cannot just get the water from here or the old water from here because of the presence of ammonia that is already here in this big tank. In a little while, we're gonna put this inside in the plastic bags and we will transport this to the mud pond. And guys, maybe you will ask, Dexter, do we really need the mud pond in growing our fish? It's my experience over the past 20 years of growing the fish just right here in this concrete tank like this, and also the box ponds that we have fabricated before. And to tell you honestly, we cannot grow our fish right here in this concrete tanks as fast as growing the fish in the mud pond, because the mud pond really can rapidly increase the growth and you will have a quick harvest on your fish. You will not wait for a long period of time before you're gonna harvest your produce. This is my experience, and I am sharing this not to discourage you about your concrete tanks. You can still do so, but my advice is to lessen the population of the fish inside the tank.
Likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years.
So guys, aside from the goldfish, we will also harvest the carp, this Japanese koi, and we are now in the process of lifting the waters from this big tank, and we will make this tank a storage for this old water. I am saving this because I wanted to conserve the water for the catfish, so we can still reuse this water. And of course, we will just wait for some time, maybe 3 days from now, before we're gonna use this one, and you will witness how many fingerlings of this Japanese koi we're gonna load to the mud pond. So guys, we expect to catch around 3,000 heads or pieces of this fingerlings of this Japanese koi. I am so excited to wait for 2 or 3 months from now before we're gonna harvest this fingerlings. They will really become big because we have the mud pond. In doing this business, we adopted actually 3 processes. The first process is the breeding, and during the breeding season, we will use these big tanks. We will clean this up, and then we will put some nesting materials for the Japanese koi, and then they will lay their eggs. And the second stage is the growing stage. We will grow the fry for a period of 2 to 3 weeks. They will stay here, and after 3 weeks, those very tiny fry of the koi and the goldfish will become fingerlings. They will grow, and then we will throw them to the mud pond. And after 3 months, we can already harvest the fish and then we will put that in the pet store. And this is the cycle actually. And the breeding of this fish has been made so easy for us because of our experience. And if you would like to know how to do about this business, you wanted to breed your goldfish, well, you can just browse our other videos wherein you will learn so many things. One of the things that you may learn will be the basic tips on how to breed or how to condition your fish to breed. And then number two, how to prepare the spawning tank for us to ensure maximum production or maximum hatchability of the eggs that have been laid by the goldfish. And number three, how to culture this dapnia. This dapnia is very essential in growing our fry from day old to 2 to 3 weeks. So that's very essential. If we know how to breed this dapnia well, we can really maximize our production and the survival rate of our fingerlings. So my heart is really full of excitement, guys, and please allow me to take you to the farm. Right there, we will load this volumes of fish, and then we will also make some updates about other farm animals. And I was told that we have a problem right there at the pond because during the nighttime these big birds are really coming. I decided to remove the net that we use as cover over this pond because it will really hamper the growth of the fish. But the downside of it is they are already very open to the birds, the big birds during nighttime. So I addressed the issue and I hope this will work. I asked our staff to put some lightings in order to scare the bird. But I don't know if this process will really work. But since last night, we already have placed a big lamp right there, big bulb right there to illuminate the area and for us also to monitor the conditions during the night. So these are the downsides of the mud pond, especially if this is done in a remote area where predators are really present. So guys, we are here now and actually this is our third batch of fish that are going to be loaded here in this particular mud pond. I'm so glad that this very own breeding of ours has good quality. You can see that through their body formation and through their tail. So our way of acclimatizing them to this new environment is to float this plastic for a period of 30 minutes to 1 hour, and we will begin now the process. It's my lesson learned that it's not good to mix together the Japanese koi and the goldfish. So we are going to put them in separate tanks. So last week we already dried this up and we are quite sure that all the predators like this mudfish are already taken out from this particular tank. This is very important because if we're gonna load this very tiny fingerlings of the carp or the koi, this will just be devoured if there are actually predators that are left behind. So we dried this up. We made sure that all the catfish will be taken out of this particular tank, and I'm just crossing my fingers because I hope that this is predator free already. This tank is predator free. But I observed that there is no more presence of this catfish because we really dried this up. And since we long for an integrated farming, we actually tried to infuse the root crops and even these vegetables. And as you can see here, we have already grown a small ampalaya, and our desire is to make a housing right there where this ampalaya can creep, and then we're gonna harvest the fruits right here. So we will appropriate this portion here as our pathway, and this portion will be the place for our ampalaya. And this is just a quick vegetables. We can just harvest this immediately, maybe in a matter of 1 to 2 months from now. We are also longing to plant some papaya over there, papaya also over there, and this is gonna be a beautiful place for our vegetables. In fact, we already have planted at the boundaries this cassava, and this cassava is really best for, you know, cake making. We have the cassava cake. These are the things that we have in mind to utilize and maximize the production of vegetables and other root crops. So now I think we are ready to release the fish, because it's been almost an hour already since we float them right here. I think they already have adjusted the temperature. So please witness this, guys. We will release all the fish now. And guys, allow me to tell you that for the goldfish, we don't need a very deep mud pond. We only need at least 2 feet in depth of this mud pond. This is our experience. I don't know with your experience, but as far as I am concerned, it's only the Japanese koi that really needs this deeper tank. For the goldfish, it's really okay. It's really okay if you are just putting them or placing them in a shallow, at least 24 inches or 2 feet in depth. So now we will release the goldfish. I hope that after 30 days or maybe 60 days from now, we're gonna be able to harvest beautiful, very beautiful fish. And these are the quality goldfish that we have bred right at home. So guys, we are actually developing our system gradually, and I hope that this will work. Well, we already have made a harvest and it's good, and it really inspired me to do more about fish business. So please do make suggestions what we're gonna do with this particular area. Maybe in those area, maybe we can put some nipa hut where we can stay while watching this fish grow, and of course a place for us to stand by. And also I am promoting our second channel. We actually had this second channel which is called Love Drive, and in this channel we tried to help people in the community. If you are not busy, I would like to invite you to please also visit our second channel, Love Drive, and subscribe. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, Dexter's World, may I invite you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell and choose to be notified in all videos that we are going to upload, because we are uploading videos every 3 to 5 days only here at Dexter's World.